Hey, this is Randy at Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual pricing for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 53-year-old male. Now, first thing I recommend is go directly to our website. And we have these quoters on just about every page. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states. And you select the coverage amount. Put your birthday in here, fill out the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now, and it will take you to a page where it's going to show you all the best companies with all the lowest pricing. And what that will allow you to do is to bypass all those companies that you see advertising on TV and magazines where they offer a really low, super low teaser rate. And then you get on the phone and it's always so little coverage. They try upselling you. It'll also help you eliminate those plans that have 2-year waiting periods that can be 200% more expensive. You can also call us at 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can help you out with as well. Now, the first thing you should probably ask yourself as a 53-year-old male is $20,000 going to be an adequate level of coverage for your final expense needs? Now, typically, final expense needs are going to be cremation or burial. Now, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States, and like for a cremation where you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn, that's going to be between $1,000 to $2,000. And if you're going to have some sort of ceremony or remembrance of ceremony or celebration of life ceremony, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500. So we would typically recommend for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, maybe $5,000 to $7,000. Now, that's more than the cost of a cremation is right now, of course, but you're 53, but we're hoping you make it to age 63, 73, 83, and we know at that time that things are going to be more expensive due to inflation. So that's why we add a little bit more coverage in there just to inflation-proof your plan. And then God forbid, if you did pass away, there's a little bit extra money in there just to, if you died earlier than you thought, to pay some of those other final expenses, like maybe medical bills or something like that. If you're going to have the cremation and the ceremony, we would typically recommend probably between $7,000 and $10,000. But keep in mind, if money's a little tight, if you're on a fixed or limited income, we can always start with a lower amount and then add more coverage later. There's a lot of flexibility. Now, if you're going to be buried, the actual cost of a burial right now in the United States is right about $10,000. Now, if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a $10,000 check, chances are they're going to take care of it. But it's not going to be anything fancy. That's because funerals are just getting expensive anymore. But it's hard to imagine that they would say no, let that check walk out the door, and go 2 blocks down the road to their competition where they'll take your money. Just understand, it's on the low end. It's not going to be. It's going to just be a very minimal deal. So most 53-year-old males, we would help with either $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000. So if money's a little tight right now, get the $10,000. That takes care of your most immediate needs. And if you got a little bit more room, just inflation-proof your plan with maybe $15,000 or $20,000 as time goes on due to inflation. Now, one thing we always recommend is first day coverage or benefits. We do not recommend those 2-year waiting period plans at all. Just avoid those at all costs. Now, what first day coverage means is that hypothetically, if your policy were approved and issued today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to send a check for $20,000, even though you only lived one day with that policy. That's exactly the policy you want to get. Now, a lot of people would say, well, I do like the first day coverage, but I'm not in the best of health. I've got some health issues going on. To which we say, hey, your health issues are our problem, not your problem, at least when it comes to this insurance. And that's why we work with so many different insurance companies, because they all have different health questions and they all have different underwriting. And right now we're sitting at about 90 to 95% of the time we're able to get people first day coverage or benefits. Really, the only reason we wouldn't be able to is if you had some significant health issues going on, like maybe you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we would probably refer you to a different insurance company. The other thing that happens, seems like every week, we'll get somebody that will call us and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and they didn't have insurance and we don't have any money. And the funeral home, they've got the body down at the funeral home and the funeral director's not going to do anything till he gets some money in his hand. So we need to get this insurance right now. And that way we can get the money and get it to the funeral home director. And we have to let them know that there's no insurance company in the United States that is going to offer a policy on a dead person. You actually have to be alive. And it's so sad that this person who passed away, they knew they were going to die someday. They probably thought they were going to get this insurance someday. And they just went and died earlier than they kind of thought they would. And it's really a sad situation because what typically happens is families and friends typically have to put this on credit cards at 26% interest rate. And they're paying this off for you years and years and years in the future. And it's just a horrible legacy to leave behind that every time your name comes up, people go, man, I'm still paying for that. If they would have just had insurance, we could have put this behind us, and it's been such a burden. So don't be that person. Don't be that burden on your loved ones. Get this insurance. If money's a little tight, start small. We can always add more coverage later. Now, one thing we don't recommend is the 2-year waiting period plans. And Colonial Penn's a fairly well-known company out there. I think it's because they're $9.95 commercials. I think they play them every 7 minutes on TV or something like that. At least it seems that way. But their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan. You may not have known that. And they're not the only one. There's Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber, just a bunch of different companies out there. And some of these companies out there have done a pretty amazing job convincing the American public that if you're over age 50, the only thing that you qualify for is a 2-year waiting period policy, to which we always say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first aid coverage all day long. Now, our 53-year-old male is probably watching that Colonial Penn commercial. I go, boy, $9.95. I'm only 53. I'm going to get a lot of coverage. I'm probably going to get $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And then they talk with the Colonial Penn agent, or they go on their website like we've done for you, and they find out for a male age 53, 1 unit of coverage, $9.95. That is only $1,515. So that's probably enough for a cremation in most parts of the country, but it doesn't really matter because the policy's got a 2-year waiting period, and it's not going to pay out anything in the first 2 years if you die of a health or a medical reason. So yeah, those 2-year waiting periods are tough. And yeah, a lot of people would say that some of these companies out there that offer these low, they're called teaser rates because they tease you into calling or submitting your information. A lot of people would say that these companies advertise these teaser rates just to get your information and just to get you in the marketing funnel. And then they try to upsell you. And we would never say that about Colonial Penn, but some people do. And you might want to formulate your own opinion on that. But let's see if we can't even get $20,000 worth of coverage here. Thing is, Colonial Penn maxes out at 15 units on the $9.95 plan. Let's see what that is. Okay, so we can get to 22. Let's take that down. 14 units, 13 units. That's probably close as we'll get. Well, let's go. We want to get at least 20,000. There we go. So I guess 21 is as close as we get if you want a minimum of 20,000. So let's take a look at some first aid coverage and see what that would be. So we got 20,000 here. We've got a male, age 53. Get quote. And let's go back and look at this again. Roughly 20,000 is what we're going for, about 140. And we look at this. I want you to see this again. 20,000 is going to be $58. So not even $60. So you're getting 20,000 for 60 versus over here, which is $140. So Colonial Penn is right about 200% more expensive than a first day insurance company. And they will allow you to overpay on premiums for the rest of your life. And they will sock you with that 2-year waiting period. So not quite sure why you would want to do that, but we've got $139 minus 58. So that's about an $81 difference. And let's see, times 12 months, that's right around $972 a year. You'd be paying more. After 10 years, by going with Colonial Penn, you will have overpaid right around $9,720, pretty close anyway, on a $20,000 policy. So, man, I don't know why you would ever overpay on a policy that much and then get stuck with a 2-year waiting period. Go with first day coverage. We can help you out. We've got great companies that we work with that can get you great rates. But let's check out some other companies here. So, oh yeah, Lumico. Lumico's level coverage. We see them once in a while, but $20 more a month, that's $240 a year. After 10 years, you will have overpaid right around $2,400. Why would you ever just throw away $2,400 when you can save that automatically just by being a smarter shopper or letting us help you be a smarter shopper? Let's keep going here. Oh, here's Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess, but yeah, look at that rates. Yikes. So it is level coverage, but yeah, the rates are higher. So the thing Lincoln Heritage does is they've got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2 or 3 different funeral homes to get the best pricing and maybe do a couple of other things, but you pay for it. It's not free. You pay for it. And let's go back. That's right around $90 versus, right around $60. So that's around $30 a month. That's $360 a year. And then after 10 years, that'd be right around $3,600 more. It's actually more than that, but I'm just rounding numbers. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth, after 10 years, paying a company $3,600 roughly to call 2 or 3 funeral homes and maybe do a couple other things that might only take an hour or so to do on the phone? A lot of people would say that's a pretty good payday for the insurance company, and we would tend to agree. So what we really recommend you do instead is go with the lower price of one of these other companies, and then we provide a free funeral and estate planning guide. You can download that off our website, print it out, and then complete it. When you're filling it out, just say who gets what and what goes where and what you want done after you're gone. And then once you're done, just keep that with your insurance policy. And now when you pass away, everything's in one place, and your family's not only protected financially with the insurance policy, but emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. And they will know that you are loving them and taking care of them and thinking of them, not only in life, but you're also taking care of them at a time when you wouldn't be here after your death. And what a wonderful gift to leave behind to your family, just knowing that they were so loved. And what a wonderful legacy to leave behind as well, that, you took care of them right up until the end and made sure everything was taken care of. So go to our website, funeralfunds.com. We've got a special quote for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. You can use a special quote there to get the best rates and most discounts. And we also have our toll-free 888-862-9456. And if you have an existing policy and you want to see if you can get better pricing, or you just want to add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you are looking for a brand new policy or just want information about how to qualify or what you might qualify or what's going to be best for you, we can help you out with that. But we really look forward to getting you the most amount of insurance for the least amount of money. And we look forward to working with you at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.